Hi, I'm Dave Fries. If you're here, you're probably asking yourself the question, why do I have to fill out an estate planning questionnaire in order to get my will and trust and durable power of attorney? Well, there are a number of reasons. If we don't ask you all of the right questions, we may do documents that look perfectly acceptable on the face of them. But if you have, for example, an IRA or a 401k or a stock account with one or more people as the beneficiaries, they might be getting that asset even though the document, the will or the trust, says it's supposed to go somewhere else. So one, we need to ask you, what assets do you own and are there any beneficiaries? Because we want to make sure that the documents and your overall estate planning is lined up with what it is that you want to achieve. Another important reason for asking you not only what kind of assets do you hold and who are the beneficiaries, you'll find that lawyers who really know what they're doing in the estate planning area are going to ask you, what is the value of these assets and what did you pay for these assets? So again, why are you taking the time to fill out all of that? It's important for you to know and understand what your estate is made of so that your planning documents are correct. But it's also important for the lawyer to know the value of your assets and the value of your life insurance so that they can advise you regarding estate tax savings opportunities that are available to you. And you don't want your documents to be any more complicated than you need them to be. But if, for example, the federal estate tax limit is only $1 million and you have a life insurance policy that's taxable and it's worth $1 million, all the rest of your assets might be taxed at 35 or 42 or 55%. So you want the attorney to be asking you, and you want to go through that information and get it together in a format that you and the attorney can understand. You want to review that so that you're going to get documents that match what you want and that you're going to hear about the other options that are appropriate for you to save on your state inheritance tax and or federal estate tax savings. One of the other things that a really good estate plan will do, and a good estate planning questionnaire will help with, is it will identify other areas that could be problems. For example, it's going to ask you to identify all of your children. If you've remarried, it's going to ask you to identify, are these your children or your spouse's children? Do you have children by other marriages? It's very, very important in a document to identify who each of the players are and what they're supposed to get. Are you omitting a child? If you've listed them as one of your children, but you're not going to be leaving them assets under your estate plan, it's very important for the lawyer to be able to explain that and to consider adding clauses, like a no contest clause, that says if you're getting a smaller inheritance than a brother or sister, a stepbrother or a stepsister, that if you challenge the will, that you would lose that inheritance. That's an important option. Without a really good and effective estate planning questionnaire, you may not realize what the estate planning attorney needs in order to do this the right way, and the estate planning attorney might miss important issues. One more, do you have a child or grandchild that has a special need? A good estate planning questionnaire will flesh out those kinds of issues, and the attorney will offer you more and better options that you might otherwise never have discussed. So take a few minutes. Typically, it takes somewhere between 15 minutes and an hour to fill out your estate planning questionnaire. You have to have it if you're coming to see me or one of the attorneys at Unreturn or Burkett Freeze. Why? Because that's how we're going to make sure that we're doing a good job for you and achieving your estate planning goals. Take care. If you don't already have one, there's going to be a place to tell you where to get our estate planning questionnaire on this page. Thank you.